Alright, let's see how many matches we can lose with this pile. I'll make changes as we go. If we lose back into silver, we'll change to something else. Ah, excellent. Angus it up. Lose the coin flip. It's actually a very good opener. We got a Pride's Fall here and some 1-drops to block. Hey, look, there's a card that's boarding out. How's it going, Ryvik? Glad there's someone here who understands. Sure. Okay, yeah, this is a good start for us. We're really lucky there's a brown fox on the top of our deck. Rats. Alright, I'm gonna play this focus before I make any decisions on, like, what this is getting and stuff like that. Happily snake a Transmogrifade here, draw an extra card, sweet, grab that. I'm just gonna go ahead and play this for now. Actually, no, I should play this out. And the reason why I should play this out is because if my opponent plays like a Psychotic Anarchist, I'm definitely double blocking with these two. Playing that out's a little bit awkward if a Brown Fox Scout flips up on top of our deck, but am I supposed to start chipping in here? If they had Psychotic Anarchist, they would have played it last turn, so yeah, I probably should attack. There's the Matriarch. Yeah, just gonna happily cash in this this Thunderfield here as a gain 3. Another resource. Play this out. I'm not gonna attack with this Thunderfield Seer. No, I'm gonna attack with it. Yeah. If he has a Mama Yeti, I'm just gonna transmog this and then Pride's Fall the Mama. Actually, maybe I transmog. Alright, well, we're definitely transmogging that. Please play a resource. Please play a resource. God bless. We wanted them to play a resource there because now these are both large enough for Pride's Fall to hit. So we'll Pride's Fall the one that's been in play, and then we'll transmog this other one so it no longer has speed. Look at that, we turned into something this Thunderfield Seer can deal with. I'm going to go ahead and Arcane focus here, I think. Happy to take an Epiphany that draws 3 cards. No Brown Fox Scout in sight yet. I was happy to Arcane focus there because our opponent's pretty unlikely to not give us something that we want to counter magic next turn. So, like, I could just, like, pass there and hold up the Epiphany to draw 2, but I think the upside is just, like, using all 4 of our resources here, most likely. If they don't play anything out that we want to counter magic, then it's a little bit awkward, and I'll wish we would have Epiphanied, but, you know, is what it is. Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. Okay, Shard of Life's a good pickup. It means if we find a Brown Fox Scout here at some point, we're gonna get to be able to play it. No plays at our end step is good for us. We're virtually at 18 right now. Yep, have to counter magic that one. Kind of sucks that it's one that they've already played a bunch of copies of, but... Alright, so we're basically at 14 now. I'd like to find a brown fox out here so we can start closing the game. I'm going to grab a second diamond even though we don't really need it. I'm just going to pass the turn here. I could Epiphany into like an Arcane Focus or another Thunderfield Seer. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and Epiphany here before attackers in case we hit a Transmog. Yep. Alright, go ahead and attack. Alright, need a threat here at some point. Oh, that's really bad for us. Man, that's bad for us. Alright, well, let's play this, and then hope to find a Thunderfield Seer here. Thunderfield Seer, right? Yeah. Or a Brown Fox Scout. Dig, dig, dig. Okay, Transmogrifade's not the worst. Do I want to Transmogrifade this now or discard? I have a Pride's Fall to kill a Mama Yeti if they rip one off the top, so I'm just going to go ahead and Transmog this now instead of discarding. Yep, sure, you get a charge. I did that when I did that there because I didn't want to have to discard. We had 8 cards in my hand. If we had a Brown Fox Scout in the top half of our deck, we'd probably be in a decent spot right now. So remember, we're virtually at 10 as is because this is hitting us down to 14, and then this is good for 4 points of damage here. Don't play another Bolt Spasm. Please don't play another Bolt Spasm or Troop. God bless. All right. Hey, look at that. So, I think I'm actually going to move to hand size here. I don't want to Arcane Focus while that's on top because we can... So, Brown Fox, I love this card. It's been a while since I've played it, but while this card is on top of your deck, it reveals itself, and then you can play it off the top of your deck. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go ahead and flash this in. Attempt to eat this baby Yeti. Okay, that's a good one to have on top. These guys are going to close the game out real quick. Not going to tap out for Epiphany here. No reason to do that. Alright, and then I can actually just hit with these two, and then end step this, and then yeah, they're dead next turn. Okay, so let's move to discard and get rid of this Epiphany that we don't need. Yep, 8. Hopefully one piece of counter magic's enough for us to not die from 8 here. We could die from 8 here. Okay. A shard should mean we don't die from 8 unless they have multiple crackling bolts. Cremate, sure. Cremate, sure. That would give them a charge, which would be lethal with their champion power. And we have lethal on board. Okay. Well, you know, up our first game. Sounds good. I have a lot of cards that I want to board in. Let's try and figure out which ones are correct. Wakuna, Crowfeather is probably not good enough. Epiphany we definitely don't want. Like, our hand just gets choked full of awkward stuff. I think we probably want to trim the change courses as well. Arcane Focus is just more resource efficient at that task. Maybe trim one piece of counter magic since we're bringing in an extra Verdict of the Ancient Kings. It might even be possible that we can cut a shard in this matchup since I'm just, like, taking our curve and dragging it all the way down. Huh, I don't really hate that. Just, like, cut a Sapphire shard. Like, put a change course back in. I'm sure we're going to draw this and, like, wish it was a shard, but I think that's reasonable. Like 23 shards with 4 focus and a change course. Seems fine. Actually, three Pride Falls probably too many. Let's put another change course in. Let's see how this goes. This hand's decent. It's got some cheap early interaction here. It doesn't have any of our life gain in it, but like being able to interact with their things on curve is pretty important. Yep. A little unfortunate that we're not going to be able to totem trap on one here, but that's fine. We usually can't totem trap on one in this deck. There's exactly one diamond shard in the deck, so if he has Anarchist here, it's going to be an uphill battle. Yep. Okay, there's a Verdict. We're going to have to discard this turn. I'm going to play this out for our Wild Threshold, just planning to totem trap something inside of combat here. I'm going to bin a Well of Purpose. Doesn't really matter. We have all of our thresholds at this point. I don't think we need a 6th shard in hand to start. Don't matriarch me, please. Alright, probably just dead. I suppose we could hit a Harvest Moon here and still have a reasonable shot. You know what? I think I missequenced my shards this game. Alright, that's a Soothing Breeze. That's a card that could keep us in this game for sure. Yeah, gonna focus since we're just playing a 2-drop next turn regardless. We'll happily take another Totem Trap, I think. Yeah, I'll take another Totem Trap. This Brown Fox Scout is basically going to be a Doomblade this turn. Mama Yeti's going to put us on the ground, though, most likely. Okay, sweet. I'm actually going to Totem Trap this turn, I think. It's less resource efficient, but I'm probably just playing 2/2s next turn anyways, and I'd prefer if my opponent doesn't have the ability to burn my blocker. Alright, Bright Falls, way to deal with Mama Yeti. Another Bolt Spasm. Yep, that's gross. We're virtually at 9 right now, so scale of 1 to dead, definitely sliding towards the dead side of the scale. Good, patch the turn here. Flash this out there and try and block. Snapping off a verdict on a piece of removal on this. Could easily die when we do that, but I think that's correct. Yep. Let's move to blocks. Block here. Possible I should block here. I don't know. Should I verdict this or Soothing Breeze? I'm gonna Soothing Breeze. What does this game have over Eternal? There's two main draws for me. Actually, I guess three. The biggest one though, coming from Magic, is that Hex has a full online trading system, which means if you end up buying in to a deck and you decide you don't like the game or you don't like the deck for whatever reason, unlike Hearthstone and Eternal, where you just have to grind that deck down into stone or whatever it's called for like a fraction of what you actually spent on it and then turn it into something else, you can like trade cards for other cards and sell back out of the game entirely if you decide you don't like it. I also like the fact that Hex has regular cash tournaments, so as a competitive player, I have something that I feel like I can be like working and brewing towards and like focusing my effort on. This hand seems great. I don't know, Ace. I'd be willing to accept that I should prioritize killing the Anarchist more. I also, Chandler, I also feel like there's a lot of design concessions in Eternal for making the gameplay fast as opposed to creating the best and most interesting format, and that kind of bothers me a little bit. Brown Fox Scout is even fine to have in our opening hand in this matchup. It enables our Howling Bluegrass Plains here, but it's just going to like flash in and need an Anarchist here, for example. Yeah, the whole trading cards economy. I hate the CCG model as a whole. It's just I feel like it's all Skinnerware is basically how it feels to me. I'm not gonna play this Harvest Moon because my opponent showed me they have Riposte in their deck, so really don't want to play into that if I can avoid it. I'm playing this out here. Think I'm gonna focus. We don't have a counter magic to hold up, so might as well do this. Don't have a Diamond Threshold currently. Think I'm gonna snag that. Perhaps I should have waited till after I played the Focus Limit Shard, because I probably would have played this out. Yeah, I agree. Opponent's draw was very strong last game, and we were basically in it. That's fine. I feel like he's holding Riposte up. But I also feel like he might have tagged one of my Arcane Focuses if that was the case. I'm just going to pass the turn here instead of playing this other focus out, because if my opponent has a Mama Yeti, I definitely want to be able to Pride's Fall that. Matriarch, sure. So I guess we could technically Pride's Fall this. Yeah, that seems fine. Oh, yeah, you're right, Ace. I am going to, so I just opened my stops here, and I'm going to go ahead and Harvest Moon during my ready step. Yeah, I wasn't thinking that he didn't have the resources, so this way if we draw a troop for the turn, we can gain the life back off of it right away. Go ahead and Arcane Focus here. Happily grab an Onslow Shard. Better than nothing, I guess. Man, I'm quite glad we boarded a shard out. Well, upside here is we have our champion power here, which is nice when we're flooding a little bit, so we are just 2 resources away from, or 1 resource away from this happening. Take the stop off my ready step, have one on there enter combat, go ahead and transmogrifade this. Well, hopefully he doesn't bury my prophecy card with that now. Okay, there's my prophecy card. So this card gains us 4 life when it comes into play because of the Harvest Moon. Man, do I want to retransmog that? It's going to feel real bad. This mills me when it hits me, right? Yeah, bury the top card of their deck. And then if there are 10 or more cards in opposing crypts... Geez, yeah, I'm probably going to have to retransmog that, actually. Just because, like, I don't want it to mill over the card that I prophesized here. Feels bad, but I think we're supposed to do this. Alright, burns the riposte. Hopefully we are better lucky than good here. Must have multiple riposte, right? Oh, that gives us a thing for that. Because, like, he knows my champion power is coming. It's unfortunate. Milled over the action that was going to be prophesized. Oh, don't riposte me again, please. It's possible we boarded out too many win conditions. Putting him on not having a riposte at this point is going to bury 5 cards off the top of my deck now. We're going to get milled out by this stupid thing. Yep. Say lovey. Probably at a point where we can't come back. We don't have anything like, we don't have anything in our deck that can, really generate 2-for-1s because we boarded out the... Now I have to repel this Mama Yeti. So, repel this dork, take 2. This puts eggs in my deck when it hits me, right? Yeah. And this is Billy B. What a combo. Well, I mean, if there's a card that can get us in the game, that's definitely it. Hitting the 2 eggs probably means we're not in it, but... It's a shame this card isn't literally Abyss and doesn't have Vigilance. Upside to this one, though, is that our opponent can't respond to the invincibility trigger that this has. Block the one that's milling us, I guess. Down to 12 at a virtual 8 because of this. Sure. Definitely one of the better cards to draw. Let's try and race with this. Pretty dead to a second riposte at any point here, or a troop. I basically just need him to have a bunch of shards. Alright, yep, they're smart. They're killing my guy. Into Burning Tendrils, yep. Why did you cremate first? If your Burning Tendrils was empowered. Going to 8 here. They only have 1 card left in hand. Our deck is mostly Spider Eggs, though, from this stupid thing. Okay. Well, that kills one of them, I guess. Morning, Connor. Morning, afternoon, and good night to everyone wherever you're at in the world. You're having a good Tuesday afternoon. We are continuing getting destroyed by our own transmogrifades, much like yesterday. Taking my opponent. Can't decide if I want to cut a transmog or not. That's probably loose. 4 transmogs in general is probably loose, though. Maybe just swap it with a repel. Let's do that. Oh, it's got more than... Oh, it didn't got one from there. There we go. Let's try another one, shall we? Seems fine. It's got all of our colors. Evening stew. Yep, transmog. Transmog just as savage today as it was yesterday, in fact. I should probably stop playing that card, but again, statistically on average it should be good. Sometimes you just run a little cold. Just because you miss your 3rd land drop every game doesn't mean you should add another land to your deck. It just means you should consider being a tad luckier. The old Gearsmith here, to find an artifact for my opponent. Alright, what are we doing here? What's wrong, bud? Oh, you gotta... How do you keep getting Cheerios inside of your sleeper? There you go. There, you want to eat it? Alright, I'm going to lead on a focus here and see what we find. Happy to take the Prophesized Verdict of the Ancient Kings. I'm going to go ahead and play this and grab... This needs to grab Wild, I suppose. Actually, you know, it's probably technically correct to play the Well of Purpose for Sapphire there. So that way if I draw a Wild card, I could play that for Wild. Or if I draw a Diamond card, I could then play this for Diamond. That's probably correct. Alright. Is the 5 shards weekly not today? I don't know, it could be. I don't usually play in the I don't usually play in events that have round timers when I am streaming. I suppose I could play Pokemon on the in-between, but I'd rather just sit here and play Hex and play the ladder, honestly. Transform target artifact into a warbot. I probably want this counter magic for this, so I'm going to let this resolve. This is going to turn into a warbot, and then I can just transmog it into a 0-drop. think I'd rather have a Thunderfield Seer than an Arcane Focus in this matchup. I'm going to go ahead and transmog this now. So this turns it back into the 1-drop and then makes it into a random cost -1, which will be a Polyjuice Pouch. Could be Mega Hulk, I agree. Could be Reese or Mega Hulk. Either, regardless of what it is, I probably want to save this counter magic for it. Happily trading these off if they attack. Jards aren't even the worst here. We're working towards our champion power here. We've got a Lightning Sky Hunter next turn if we want it. Lightning Sky Hunter is such a sweet threat in this style of deck because it gives itself invincible right away. So against decks that don't have like Transmog or like Martyr type removal effect, we always get to ready the following turn with our counter magic. I'm going to tap out here and play... Oh, you know what? Crap. I shouldn't have done this because this could be a Reese. He has counter magic of his own? Oh, geez. Please don't be a Reese. Alright, so it's a Mega Hulk then. And he snapped that counter magic. Huh. Must have more then, right? Okay. Epiphany's a little awkward because I really don't want to play that into their counter magic. Alright, so this is a Speed Crush. Start of your turn. Let's get my face dwarf and a... Nope, don't want Epiphany. Would like to counter magic this. And then I would like to verdict your counter magic. Sweet. This will enable this. Yep. No blocks here. Would much rather trade these with these other guys. Grab a second diamond just to leave them guessing about what we could have. Just going to pass the turn here, and I'm going to Lightning Sky Hunter inside of combat and block. Turn this into a Warbot, probably. If he has another counter magic card, I'm actually in a little bit of trouble. I guess I have a high life total and we're going to draw some cards here, so hopefully we can get some removal. Transmog's actually very good in this matchup because all their guys are pretty low converted cost. Tip to play this Sky Hunter out. They already played 2 counter magics, but they also haven't really been playing cards. They could very well have a third. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think I'm just supposed to take a hit one more time here at least. I'm going to go ahead and Epiphany to get started, see what we find here. We can find another Thunderfield Seer off these 3 cards. Another Wakuna Crowfeather. Let's focus, see what we find. Lightning Sky Hunter for 8. Yep, sadly we are in the market for that. Pass the turn here. This might be the turn they just ship with the squad. Yeah. I'm taking 9 here, down to 5. Scale of 1 to dead, thoroughly sliding towards the dead side of the scale. Yeah. Yep. Alright. Pack that one in. Repels, Totem Traps, Transmography. It's probably Nature's Rain. Yep, sign me up. 2 Pride's Falls are probably plenty. Wakuna Crowfeather's probably a little slow. At least 1 Sky Hunter's probably a little slow. I guess I don't want to go down too low on threats, though. I guess Crowfeather's probably decent. It's probably a little better than Sky Hunter on average, actually. Counter Magic's a little bit clunky. Change Course is a little bit clunky against an aggressive deck. Return to the Soil could be okay, I suppose. Probably better than an Epiphany. It's like some card advantage, but it's also interaction with the board. This Verdict of the Ancient Kings might be better served to something else. Perhaps this Yesterday could even be reasonable. Just like as a pseudo sweeper to buy time. Although Verdict to fight his counter magic doesn't seem unreasonable. How do you want anger? Cue it up. Yeah, it seems great. Actually, just a bunch of cheap threats. Brown Fox Scout, you the best. It's one of my favorite cards in Hex. To play Howling Bluegrass Plains for Wild next turn into Brown Fox Scout. Play this for Diamond. Have most of our thresholds. Yep, there's Doskier Smith. I'm going to attack here to try and induce an attack from him. So we can flop in and get it with the Brown Fox Scout here. Tunneler, probably the Mega Hulk. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, yeah. 3-2, go. I enjoy that way more than I should. Alright, play that out. Continue flooding a little bit. Thankfully we have a clock at least. We might just want a few more threats in this deck, honestly. That Angus matchup, we like had reasonable control over a lot of it and then just like didn't have any action. It's possible that the Epiphanies that I'm playing should just be some additional threats. You have another Gearsmith. That's a great focus. Yep, again, just want to, I think, prioritize getting threats going here. Alright, if we knew there was another Wakuna Crowfeather coming, I probably wouldn't have taken the first one, but, you know, can't tell the future. No! Whoa! God! Oh, that was, I didn't want to play you anyway, Sky Hunter. I should slow down. I attack with these. Definitely meant to grab. Definitely meant to grab Diamond with that. Okay, good. That's an answer to the first Tectonic Mega Hulk. Play this out. I probably should have attacked with the Brown Fox Scout last turn, honestly. I wonder if Smirking Trickster's unplayable. It's basically another Doomblade against Angus. Pretty close anyway. It's not exactly a Doomblade. It doesn't trade up with Matriarch, but it trades with all their smaller guys. And actually knowing the contents of their hand is not the worst. Look at that. Never punished. Hashtag no justice. Play this Crow Feather out. They're trading with any of these that's adding more tunneling time to this, so that's fine. So this is probably coming off tunneling next turn, I imagine. It's a Reese. Oh, wow. Okay. Huh. Well, I would have held Sky Hunter up here if I'd have known that was a Reese. I was expecting this to be a Mega Hulk. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this at end step. Lets me get aggressive with this attack here. Actually, lets me try to win with this attack, right? That Transmog does. I guess I could just Transmog the Reese. But if I Transmog this, and he doesn't have anything, he just loses the game. Yep. Alright, sweet. Well, since we know he has Reese on top of the Mega Hulks, I'm going to board in this extra prize fall. Trim a counter magic, perhaps? I guess, yes, Tectonic Mega Hulk makes the yesterday better, too. Let's do this. Let's see how this feels. Seems very reasonable. Slightly awkward that we can't Totem Trap into Brown Fox Scout, but this is our bed and we're just going to lay down inside of it. But Mulligan sounds great for us. Slow Shard sounds great. Gives us all of our thresholds. We need double Sapphire, single Diamond, single Wild. Wow. Is our hand just like mono counter magic? Sure. Unstep this Brown Fox Scout. Well, that's pretty good. To go ahead and attack with this. I think I'm fine with this trade here. Doesn't take it. Sweet. So Brown Fox Scout plus Totem Trap. This card is so good. It like draws itself basically when it flips it over and you can play it off the top. As soon as Magic feels like it's worth playing, we'll play it. Hopefully they fix Modern on the 16th. That would be great. Debating on whether or not they want to jam Counter Magic on this Totem Trap. If they counter magic the totem trap, the question then becomes: do I verdict this, or do I play the Brown Fox Scout and eat their 1/1? I think I'm actually just supposed to play the Brown Fox Scout and eat their 1/1 because like my 2 Brown Fox Scouts are like racing what they have on the board. And there's another one. All right. At the very least, ban Gataxian Probe. The card's miserable. The username's not familiar. I apologize. Happily verdict to protect my Brown Fox Scout. Opponent concedes. All right. Let's open the collection. Let's see. Let's look at the quick troops again here. And these 3 shards. And then we can just look at all Coyotals specifically. Can we just like, if we played like 6 Brown Fox Scouts, do you think we could get away with that? Think anyone would notice? I think I want at least 1 Smirking Trickster. Most of the rest of these cards are pretty bad. Witch's Protection, give something Spell Shield, and Coral Gift, make something in your hand cost -2. The opponent does not see the Brown Fox Scout on top of your deck. You know, you gotta watch what you enjoy, and I play what I enjoy. Like, I'm not, paying my mortgage streaming on Twitch. I make some amount of money, and I'm grateful for that, and I appreciate all my subs, but, you have to have some outrageous number of subscribers to make it worth playing games that aren't fun, and if you're just playing games and it feels like work, I'd rather just, like, I don't know, go get a job making $80,000 or $90,000 a year rating software, or more than that, depending on where you live. I do this because it's fun, and Magic's just not fun right now and hasn't been for a while. Yeah, the fact that the opponent doesn't see the Brown Fox out on top of the deck too is so sweet. Yeah. Yeah, the Coyotal are definitely one of my favorites. Oh, we leveled up. Grab some gold. I might have to look at non-quick options. This Coral Cove Witch is probably okay. Coral Cove Witch, if we start playing non-flash troops, it makes Wakuna Crowfeather pretty awkward though. Because Wakuna Crowfeather gives your next troop 2/2 in flight, and then if it's a Coyotal, it passes it on down the line. It's a shame there's not a gem that gives quick, because then we just like gem some Runier Hierophants in here. We could also just, like, cut these Crowfeathers and, like, play a couple copies of Reese. He's just, like, a reasonable thing to do on the second turn of the game. I don't hate doing that. Just, like, tunnel Reese on 2, be reasonable. Yeah, I think I'm going to try that. These Wakuna Crowfeathers have been awkward, and Reese is good at... Reese is a must-answer threat, just like what Wakuna Crowfeather Chain is. Reese plays well with our counter magic. Had 2 of these in here. So he's a 5-drop, but he tunnels for 2, and then he makes random robots when he comes in. I added a Smirking Trickster as a funsies. Yeah, the rest of this is probably fine. What am I doing to Masterpiece? We added Brown Fox Scout Klutz because it's my favorite card in Hex. Reese is very good with counterspells. You're not wrong. No, I think Brown Fox Scout's my favorite card. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. It's a little slow. The slow shards are gonna maybe hurt us, but hopefully not. I think we just have to play this for. I think we're actually supposed to play this for wild on one. Because we have a bunch of Sapphire Shards in our deck, more so than only one Wild Shard. Alright, there's another one of those. So, what am I doing here? I think since we drew a non-slow shard here, I want to play this out for a Sapphire. And then this way, rather than playing the slow shard in the Thunderfields here, this way next turn I can play this out, and then I can have a double card turn. Yep, that's fine. And then when they attack here, this Brown Fox Scout is going to trade with the Anarchist here, because this Thunderfields here trades up into the Bolt Spasm nicely. Alright. Thunderfield Seer's nice. Verdict the Ancient Kings, also a decent pickup. Play this out for our Diamond Threshold. Happy to have my Brown Fox Scouts early in this matchup, but the greedy part of me wishes I would have just like flipped them up on top of my deck rather than drawing them. But still happy to trade one for one and have early interaction. Cremate, that's annoying. Anarchist, yep. I think I'm repelling the 3-1 now. I'm sure I'm about to draw a Thunderfield Seer to regret this decision, but... lead on this, see what we find. This draws an extra card thanks to our shards. Grab that. Scale of 1 to dead. Pretty dead if they run a either Matriarch plus Shard or Mama Yeti here. Baby Yeti, that's fine. Attempt to eat your Baby Yeti, please. Shows you can die to Burner Fireball here. Yep, that's fine. Go to 17 at a virtual 13. I would like to draw a threat. Reese would actually be a pretty good draw here because it starts making 1/1s. And it's just like a 4/4 that hangs out. Well, we tried. I don't think we can afford to take Reese off of that. I think we need to start blocking. And this card trades with the Yeti and then gives us another draw that replaces itself. Going to 11 here. Letting them draw cards is scary, but we don't have a lot going on. Hey, that's a good pickup. Look at our top 3, take 1, and then draw a random one afterwards. Sure. Alright, that's saying okay, pickup. Alright, that blocks. Things that block for 100. We're in a medium spot. We've got a Oracle Song coming up here off our champion power. If they're in a bunch of shards off, we might be able to stabilize this. Happily using this to gain 2 life and prevent them from drawing a card. Pretty sure I have to do this here. Brown Fox on top would have been perfect there. Okay, we got a transmog. Let's start. We've got 2 pieces of counter magic in hand. Come on, Brown Fox got on top. Okay. Okay, down to 10. We need a threat to actually close the game real bad. Okay, that trades. Okie-doke. Possible I should play the non-slow shard there. Happy to verdict a Rage Fire. Makes their future Rage Fires worse. Yeah, I think I let that happen. I have to save counter magic in case they have like Mama Yeti or something like that. Or possibly a Lasgar's Vengeance down the line here. Please let this change course, find a Reese or a Lightning, whatever her name is. So we can start closing this game out. Don't double fireball me in response here. Alright, Lightning Sky Hunter, send me up. And a Pride's Fall. Excellent. Alright, this kills them in 5. Flasher in before blocks. So we just want them to draw like mono shards and Mama Yetis, basically. Alright, that's another shard. Yep, down to 5. That is a great draw. Halves my clock. To attack with this. Not be surprised to see Burning Tendrils out of them. What's their best sequence? Like Burning Tendrils have to counter magic it into like Lasgar's Vengeance. So this just makes a 1/1 robot at the end of every turn, but now we can attack them twice and kill them. Really want them to draw troops now. I think I have to counter magic this. Yeah, I think I'm obligated to counter magic this. If they have Lasgar's Vengeance, it's whatever. Motherfucker. And I'm sure there's a bunch of people out there that would be like, oh, you shouldn't have countered the Crackling Bolt. Maybe, but like the problem with not countering the Crackling Bolt is then we then have to counter every Cremate and Burn that they play for the rest of the game. Which is not exactly a winning proposition. Maybe I just can't afford to... Yeah, I don't know. Alright, did 3 more shards. Yeah, he gets to draw 2 cards this turn at least. I don't know if we can actually win the game in time, though. We lived till the second champion activation against Angus. Happy to take another counter magic here. Now we need them to draw non-shards. Yeah, if we had Silver Talon, we'd be pretty reasonable. The problem with Silver Talon is in this matchup, it never draws cards and often doesn't gain life just because of how low their life total starts. Out of here. Oh, things are obligated to counter magic. Come on, deck. Come on. All right, please draw Mama Yeti. He could draw exactly 1 shard. He's got one shard. Yeah, we're dead. All right, sir. Let's go with postboard game. All right. Okie doke. These can go. One of these can go. Some of these change courses can go. One of these can go. All the change courses can go, probably. I sense that we're cutting a shard in the near future. Yeah, probably. Actually, yeah, we can probably afford to cut a shard. I'm gonna board a shard out again. Yeah, we'll cut one from the deck as a whole. Yeah, I think we're gonna cut a shard in general. We've got 4 focuses and 4 change courses. Cutting a shard's probably fine. I need to change a diaper really quick. I'll be right back. Thanks for hanging out, folks. God, I'm such a sinner. You know what I just realized? You know what card this deck needs? God bless it. I thought we have an algorithm that prevents hands like this. You know what card that this deck isn't playing that it like 110% should be playing? There's no Stargazers in this deck. I love that card. How did Stargazer not make it into this deck? So what's the reason this has no owls? Sell me on the owl. What is the owl doing that we want to be doing? I don't actually think owl is that good against Angus. We're going to put 2 or 3 Stargazers in here after this. That card's, as the kids say, lit. Now there's a card that's sweet against Angus. It blocks 1/1s and stuff. Sign me up. Am I supposed to transmog this? Kinda need to draw a shard. I'm gonna let this hit me. If we were a truly skilled player, we'd have flipped over a brown fox scout there. Unfortunately, that does not make a threshold. Oh, it does make a threshold. Huh. I think I need that to make diamond, though. I guess I could have played that as diamond to totem trap this. Also possible. That's a reasonable line. I'm going to go ahead and transmog this guy. Oh, what a fucking blowout. What a savage beating. Alright, probably dead, which is fine. We can go add some Stargazers to the deck. What could he possibly have for 3 that he could play post-combat that I would want a Verdict? Not a Mindspire. Yeah, I guess there's a world where, like, we hit a series of Harvest Moons and stuff and don't die to this card. It's pretty unlikely, though. Yeah, I'm just gonna live up to my, we're less than, oh, I didn't want to, I wanted to concede, not exit the game. Whoops. Sure, it doesn't even concede the game. That should probably concede the game. If you click the exit button from the menu, it should probably concede the current game that you're in. Alright, so I want 3 Stargazers, I think. And I'm going to cut a Change Course, a Shard. A Lightning Sky Hunter, maybe? A little bit less top end. Have a little bit more selection. Maybe actually I just want to cut 2 Change Course. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I feel like we're having problems closing. So let's keep our extra bombs. It's not about how much draw you have, Tom, I gather. It's about the 4 extra points of life. That's 100% what it's about. In a world where you have like almost 20% less life, your matchup against Angus goes from winnable to just impossible. If they both had the same amount of starting health, I would have started with Winter Moon, but the 4 extra points of life more than puts Dreaming Fox over the top. Yeah, I never even played Hex before the lawsuit was settled. I agree. I think if all the champions had the same life total, that would be far less interesting. This gets Sapphire, this gets Diamond, this gets Wild. Keep. Just like we drew it up. We actually ended up Coyotls on our last deck change too, so it seems good. 23 shards should be plenty with 4 focus. Let's go ahead and focus on 1 here. Ooh, Smirking Trickster. Never mind playing that. Because non-zero chance my opponent attacks in with this. Alright, show me what you got. Alright, so Feral Archdruid is definitely, almost certainly the card that they got with that activation. We have Repel for this. We have Transmog for the Clobberdon. Go ahead and focus here, and then probably going to pass the turn holding up Repel. Counter Magic will deal with the Eulogy nicely. I'm going to attack with this because this is going to be too big to block, and I'm not trading with a Dreadling, so this is a free attack because I'm not blocking with it. If I'm not blocking, I better be attacking. Okay, Dread Harvest is annoying. It'll take some points of damage, but as long as we keep their real threats in check, it shouldn't be too big of an issue. Yeah, that's fine. We have a Chlorophilia into their Clobberdon this turn. Sure. We have the Repel for this, thankfully, so we're only taking 3 here. Next turn, we can transmog this, plus counter magic the Eulogy. Yeah, I'm actually going to transmog this now because it allows me to push damage with my Smirking Trickster. Get it out of here. If they're smart, they'll probably Polyjuice Pouch this Dreadling. I don't know what they're holding it for. What we got? Alright, sign me up for a Stargazer. Ooh, and a Brown Fox Scout on top of the deck. Excellent. We'll trade with this Clobberdon nicely. Go ahead and get crocked here. Stomp, stomp, roar. The real question here is, do I just eat his 1/1 and take 4 this turn? Yeah, I think I do. Okay, we don't know any of the cards left in his hand at this point. The pride cometh before the fall. There might have been merit to holding that there, actually. Although I suppose I can just sit and gain life with this. That isn't the worst. Yeah, I kind of want to play one more resource at least so I can activate my champion power. You want to sit in Ned's lap? Oh, you're a good toddler. You know that, Jacob? I know, you're a giant kid. Getting a random 3-drop, okay. Yeah, this is definitely Croc Insurance. Which is nice. Snapping off this trade on the 4-3 here. Next turn, I will hold back the Trickster for... I'll hold back the Trickster to trade with the 3-2. This is gaining me life. Okay. Lightning Sky Hunter's Deece. Yeah, attack with... Yeah, I might attack with that. And flash in the Sky Hunter and block this. So, can you say hi, Internet? Hi, Internet. My name is Jacob. Who's that? Who's that on the screen? Is that Jacob in the preview? No, don't press the keyboard. Don't press the keyboard. I'm just going to take one here, rather than exposing these to Croc. Okay, that's a shard. Now the question becomes, do I want to loot, or do I want to just play this and play this? I probably just want to play this and activate my champion power here. Our Lightning Sky Hunter closes the game fairly quickly here. Hey, look, another one. Might Singer, sure. I love having a little bit of main deck life gain too. Like looting and life gain are both just like so reasonable. Go ahead and loot since we have an extra resource in our hand here. Happily bin that. Go ahead and change course here at end step. Snag a transmog here so we can keep this Pride's Fall as Croc Insurance. Go ahead and turn that into a random 1-drop. What does this do? Exhaust dwarves. Sure. Nope. Yep. No dwarves over there. This readies each troop I have with flight, right? That's pretty good. Haha! Up a game against Shoku. Probably want an extra transmog. Probably want to not return to the soil. Probably want a Pride's Fall. I don't know if I want to cut both the verdicts, but one of these verdicts the Ancient Kings can almost certainly go. The Smirking Trickster is mostly here as an extra removal spell against Angus, so we're going to cut that. Extra Repel's probably reasonable. I'm not sure I want both these Reeses. Reese probably isn't good enough in this matchup that it's worth drawing 2. Okay, I'll scoot forward so you can sit behind me in the chair. I don't think I want the yesterday. Oh, I guess Rains and Soil kill. Yeah, these are probably fine. These are probably fine cards to have in my deck. Maybe just trim the Epiphanies. Or leave one Epiphany, cut a Reese. Yeah, I kind of like this. It's like use Lightning Sky Hunter as our win condition here. Let's give it a go. Good morning, afternoon, and good night to everyone wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for choosing to spend part of your Tuesday here with us. And it's funny, we get to see the brown fox god on top of our deck while we decide whether or not we're mulliganing. I think I'm actually going to keep this. We don't have a shard on top of our deck, but like we've got the second turn draw step, +2 from a focus, +2 from another focus to hit our next shard. So I think this is reasonable. We have a transmog for a rabbit or a mite singer. We have a nature's reigns and return to the soil for dread harvest and Oberon's eulogy. So this hand seems fine. I wouldn't fault anyone for mulliganing this, but I think the second focus makes this fine to keep. Well, the purpose never did inhabit. Oh, do you want a snack? Would you like me to open that? So I'm torn on whether or not that's a feature or a bug. Because technically there's like this moment where Brown Fox God is like still on top of your deck, but it's not at the same time. Like Avatar says, yep, you're not wrong. I'm actually gonna take the uncastable. Am I? Yeah, I'm gonna take the verdict. I'm gonna grab a diamond, and I'm gonna go ahead and mog this so he doesn't have a chance to draw with it. Okay, this replaces itself, right? Yeah, that's a fine. It's an okay hit for them. So, touch unfortunate. Haven't seen a wild source, but we also were pretty cold to this regardless. Oh, no, wait, no, I clicked to, no, I want to verdict it. Right. Man, we haven't had a shame concede in Hex in a while, but that deserves a concession. Let's go to game 3 here. Probably losing that game regardless if we don't rip a way to interact with the Mite Singer, but let's go ahead and move on to the next one here. This is the bed that I've made. I'm gonna make wild with this. Even though we have more Sapphire cards in the deck, because we have a lot more Sapphire thresholds in the deck, so this hand is not particularly good. It's possible I'm supposed to go to 5 here. No, I don't think another 1-mana removal spell in Modern makes control decks that already had 1-mana removal spells suddenly more playable. I hate spoiler season so much. I'm just like the Grinch of Magic cards, really. I'm the Grinch of TCGs. Just like all of these, like it's almost like during spoiler season, people forget everything we've like. It's almost like they just forget everything that we've learned throughout the entire course of the format, and just like are suddenly like, is this card that would be wildly unplayable in the current format suddenly playable? It's like, is this new removal spell that's similar to removal spells that already exist suddenly going to make archetypes that already existed suddenly magically better? No, it's not. It's just, it isn't. It's like, I get it, a new set, it's kind of exciting, but like, it doesn't, a new set doesn't magically make all of the things that we know different. It doesn't. Were you on 24 shards, Klutz? Alright, I'm going to play this out for Diamond because I want to be able to Verdict of the Ancient Kings a removal spell on my Thunderfield Seer so I can block this Bolt Spasm. It's a second Ragefire Angus we played against today. Maybe it's the same person? Ow! Don't pinch me. You just climbed down. Do you really want to climb back up? Yes? Okay. I'm going to hold counter magic here rather than play out this Arcane Focus, I think. It's like snapping off counter magic on almost anything here. That includes almost anything. I want to keep this Thunderfield Seer here to block. They probably have another way to kill this, but I want to just use my resources this turn. If they attack with just the Anarchist. Okay, happy to trade for your 3-1 here. Take 2. Okay, Transmog's not a bad draw. I'll take another focus, I guess. God bless. Okay, Reese is actually a pretty decent pickup here. We get to play this out for Wild, and then Transmog something, and then play Reese as a 5-drop next turn that just, like, creates a wall. Yeah, I agree. That's what, like, my post today was just like, this Fated Push card is just like, it's 100% going to see Modern play, it's a fine power level, but like, it's not going to suddenly make the removal decks good against Dredge. It's not going to suddenly, you know, make Infect start losing to 1-mana removal because it's been beating 1-mana removal for forever. People are just not reasonable with their expectations. Alright, well, we're flooding again, but we have a Reese this time, so definitely better than Wakuna Crowfeather would be here. Second Mammy Yeti, kind of annoying. Definitely eating this, jumping here, taking 5. We have the Pride's Fall to kill this next turn. Ow, toddler. Hopefully this doesn't die to Burner Fireball. If it does, it does. Yep. Not a shard, come on. God damn it. I'm generally not one to mise about variance too much, but we've hit the rough side of variance more than a few times today. Sure. But like, you can feed your curiosity all season. You don't have to wait until spoiler season to work on ideas. Like these formats that people like write off as solved and stop working on aren't solved. There's plenty of exploring and things to be doing in them. Alright, toddler. Dad doesn't know what he wants to cut for these last couple cards. This many counter magics might be bad. Maybe the Smirking Trickster is just not good enough. Buy that for $1. Yeah, we got pretty savage yesterday too, didn't we? At least I have this awesome kid. At least this kid is awesome. Happily keep. It's very good. Hand is lit, fam. You want me to open another thing you're not going to eat? Okay, you gonna actually eat that? Or are you just gonna set it down like the other ones? No, okay, we're not opening everything and laying them out in a line. You were on 24 resources. Well, we've definitely flooded far more than we've screwed, Klutz. I'm fairly confident in saying that 24 resources is wrong, even with a third color. Our diamond splash is also smaller than yours. I'm gonna arcane focus once here. Oh, you know what? I should have focused before. I think with the Pride's Fall, I can skip on the repel and snag the shard here. I'm not going to play the other focus. I'd rather hold up Transmog here, I think. Ragefire makes having held up the Transmog a little bit worse. Okay, let's find a wild threshold. Do I take the verdict? Yeah, probably. Famous last words. There's plenty of shards in my deck. Let's take the piece of action here. Especially when it's not the threshold we need. Are you talking about Silver Talon Adjudicator? Because Silver Talon Adjudicator is a clunky card in a deck like this. We don't empty our hand particularly fast. Our starting life total is high, which means it's rarely gaining us life on turn 4. Like, it's funny, Angus's health total is like bad for other aggressive decks, but it's really good against Silver Talon Adjudicator. When we play Matriarch, we'll transmog it. If they just pass a Crackling Bolt, we will 100% verdict to the Ancient Kings. Gives them a charge too. No other plays, yep. Wild. Excellent. Almost wish I would have held the verdict now so I could protect this. If I knew we had a wild on top of our deck, I probably would have just Soothing Breezed there, but can't tell the future, unfortunately. That pause where my opponent reads my Stargazer. Ugh. He burned himself trying to get the flamethrower to work. Really, toddler? You think so? Yeah, you do. You think so? So long, Stargazer, my old friend. And this is the part where, like, you kind of feel okay against Angus, but, like, really we're just, like, kicking our tires here. Like, without having a way to clock him or, like, have Stargazer consistently gaining life, we just don't have a lot going on. Yeah, Jake's just about back at 100%. We had a pretty normal-ish sleep pattern last night. He went to bed a little late because he took a late nap, but he slept through to his normal time this morning. Happy to transmog this with the one that's prophesized, so we draw a card. I am not opening a third snack for you. Yeah, okay, there's a little run hot with our transmog. Just literally turn it into something that doesn't do anything. Nope. This is my giant no button. Nope. This is my giant no button. How about a big can of nope? 2 more shards, we get to deploy our Sky Hunter. 1 more shard, we get to deploy our Sky Hunter. And again, one of the sweet things about Hex is that they don't get a chance to respond to the invincibility trigger that this... Actually, I'm not going to transmog this, because if we hit a non-slow shard, we can just ambush it. Did you just knock that out of my hand? That was a little obnoxious, toddler. The touch obnoxious. That's a little unfortunate. Hopefully he has a shard here to play. That sucks. Alright, yeah, I guess, I just transmog this one. Because this one can be Pride's fault if he draws a shard. Perfect. Just like we drew it up. Wonder how many Mama Yetis are in their hand. That's the real question. It's possible that I have one too many Harvest Moons and Soothing Breeze type effects in the board of this deck. Having too many of that type of effect is kind of bad in this matchup because, again, it's just kind of like kicking your tires. You're not actually, like, advancing your board state or anything like that. I'm gonna go ahead and pass the turn here. Our Sky Hunter can flash in now. Alright, bud. I'm gonna put your show on the TV. So Dad can finish his last hour here. And now I didn't use my champion power, and they know I didn't use my champion power, so they're like, all right, what does he have? They know I have stuff. Here's the hideous conversion into the Mama Yeti. Yeah, I like that, Tom. That seems reasonable. I could even see swapping 2 of them, actually. Like, I've got 1 Soothing Breeze and 3 Harvests. Like, cut the Soothing Breeze and 1 of the Harvests for two Mentors. He is basically in Stomp Stomp Roar mode. That's a great way to put it. We have Pride's Fall to eat this Mama Yeti. We have a Repel now as well. That's pretty good. Go ahead and do this. Our next droop's going to gain us 8 extra life. Yeah, I think I need to start clocking him. Got a second Mama Yeti, perhaps. Let's fall this one. Perhaps I'm supposed to repel. Perhaps I'm supposed to repel that one. I guess I can just repel this. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, letting my shields down here is bad. I have Verdict of the Ancient Kings to stop riposte there. So, and I don't think I'm really meaningful to play around double riposte. And again, like, if one of these two Harvest Moons had been something that could, like, block, that would have probably been more reasonable. We have 8 life in the bank right now, but I just need to kill him. Alright, well, there's a brown fox out that's going to gain a bunch of life. Alright, Jake, Dad's putting you outside the gate. Ugh. Here's your snacks if you want them. Ugh. We have Verdict of the Ancient Kings to hopefully protect this brown fox scout. May or may not be able to ride it to victory. It gains 8, yep. Snap that. Fireball, yep. I boarded up one of the Sky Hunters in this matchup, right? I think I need to stop doing that. It's like we just don't have enough closing power, especially when, like, our Brown Fox scouts and stuff die to burns and fireballs. So we've been through 1, 2, 3, 4 threats in the top half of our deck. It's a little below average. Reach fires are dealing 4 now. I don't think I'm supposed to transmog this baby Yeti. Probably taking 1 or 2 more hits for it before I do that. Ideally, we're going to find another Brown Fox Scout or something to kill this. Alright, well, only 2 more shards until we get to activate our champion power again, I suppose. Oh, I finally drew a 5th shard. Look at that. Well, it'll just hit me twice more before I transmog it if we just keep flooding. Similar to the Hero Fall one, it was good to see what decks were in the format. I have not... Varanus published an article before the Platinum Plunder, or post-Platinum Plunder, was it? I think it was looking at the Plunder data, so post-Platinum Plunder, talking about which decks had been doing well, though. Since I drew the Pride's Fall for a Mama Yeti, I'm just going to go ahead and kill that. Here's hoping that when we draw another shard here, we don't end up getting our champion power riposted. Yep, I'm drawing all 3 of those now, so... And the Soothing Breeze, right? We've drawn all 3 and the Soothing Breeze? Yeah, so 2 of those would have been troops. That would have been doing things like blocking these baby Yetis. That's definitely a good swap. Okay. gains us some life. We have a Brown Fox Scout on top of our deck. This is probably going to gain us life just because it's going to eat a burn spell too. So again, Brown Fox Scout, when it's on the top card of our deck, it flips up so we can see it. Our opponent does not know that this Brown Fox Scout is here. So we're going to attack him with both of these. Flash this bad boy in. Flash this bad boy in. Yeah, I think the invincibility is worth way more than 1/1 in Prophecy. The thing that's really sweet about the Flashpaw Elder is that it concedes. Okay, sure, I didn't think we were that far ahead. I'm going to put this in. I'm going to trim something. Maybe one of these Pride Falls. That doesn't seem completely unreasonable. The Invincible, because they can't respond to the invincibility in this game because it's not a trigger that targets, it means that you're able to, against all the blood decks, like, ready with this card at all times. Sorry, just my microphone. So I think if we're playing a 6-drop, I want to know that I'm going to get to untap and protect it with verdicts and stuff. Alright, well, we've taken a game each time we've played against Angus, so that's a, positive thing to look at. The Reeses have been reasonable. I could see a third copy of him in the board, honestly, too. Just as, like, another bigger threat for these type of matchups where we just need to close. Having him to tunnel on 2 is pretty good. We haven't done that yet. Yeah, six drops a lot is basically the TLDR. I wish I had like one or two other flyers in the deck to take advantage of it with, but I don't think there's any other flying coyotals that are very reasonable. This hand seems fine. It's got Thunderfield Seer on 1, good against Bolt Spasm, and alright, doesn't have a Bolt Spasm draw, that's still fine. Play this, an extra shard's an okay pickup. Play this. Wow, he snap burned that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, that's fair, Klutz. That might be, that's a pretty big, pretty sizable difference between the two deck lists. Like having Ada as additional threats is pretty big. Oh, Ada combos with Sky Hunter. Okay, that's sweet. I'd buy that for $1. I didn't think about that interaction that Ada combos with Sky Hunter. Brown Fox Scout on top. That's pretty good. Actually, this is really funny. I can Harvest Moon and then play the Brown Fox Scout right into play. It's a shame Ada's triple diamond. That's really good for me. So, Harvest Moon, gain 4. Oh, wait, what? God damn it. Read your cards, Hoagland. Oh, this was prophesized by the Thunderfield Seer. If I'd have known that, I wouldn't have. Yep. Yep. So we're basically down a card here. We would have gotten that life eventually, and yeah. Ah, that was so sloppy. We're flooding again, so being down a card is extra bad. So we'd be temporarily down 4 life, but we'd be up a card right now. Which could potentially gain us life, basically. Yep. That's fine. Transmog this, not give him the assault trigger. He got a forward, so it's extra resource this turn. That will revolutionize Modern. Sure. If by revolutionize Modern you mean be a format staple and maybe introduce another tier 3 deck, sure. The problem is it doesn't fix any of the problems these decks have. It doesn't. If I would have been ahead a card, I would have had this Arcane Focus last turn and have been able to use it then. Instead, I'm now behind a whole cycle, basically. Play this to start. Diamond Wild Life Gain mid-range deck. Good luck and God bless. Gaining a bunch of life is generally... If you want to play Diamond Wild deck, you should probably look at Metronomi's deck. It's far from a life gain deck, though. He has to have Riposte here, right? Running thoroughly average. I'm not going to play into it this turn. Maybe we draw a piece of counter magic. You gonna crack this, please? Please crack this. Alright, sweet. That means we can play this and not play into Riposte. Okay. Try and block here. Yeah. Yep. I mean, you have to remember so opponent missequenced their stops there, so they're down 3 points of life because they let me block with my Brown Fox Scout before burning it. Maybe they just thought I wouldn't block. I guess that's not completely unreasonable either. There might even be merit to not playing my resource there because they know I have a Coyote now. Hopefully they still attack. Okay, God bless. Holy crap, we beat Angus. Alright, sweet. We've been keep coming close. I feel like we've gotten a little unlucky in the couple of games we lost there. Our board is definitely not optimal. So it was the... Let's grab this one that makes Mentor of the Wind. So this is a 1/3 for 2, but when it dies, it turns into a Soothing Breeze. So let's play 2 of those instead of the 3rd Harvest Moon and the 1 actual Soothing Breeze we were playing. It looks like my youngest is awake from his nap. I'm running upstairs and grab him real quick. We'll be back with some more matches. Don't go anywhere, folks. Thanks for hanging out. Hi, Jake. Your brother's awake. I'm going to get him. Alright, I would like to go first. Ooh, Kagalichu. Sweet. I haven't played this matchup yet. The CCS is the Cosmic Crown Showdown, is the $5,000 cash tournament that Hex has at the end of every one of their constructed ladder seasons. So the problem with this hand is that this needs Coyote Allegiance to make a threshold. And we know the top card of our deck is not a Brown Fox Scout. So we're pretty low to draw a Coyote on our 1 draw step since we're on the place. Let's mulligan. Keep. This hand is not exciting. A Well of Life, super awkward. It's possible this Well of Life should just be another slow shard. Just a shard of life. Immediately punished for all of my decisions in life. Play that. Play Stargazer. Hope for a Sapphire Threshold at some point. Answer crackers. Turn 2 Crusader. Yep, seems good. Sapphire. God bless. Pass the turn here. I'm probably gaining life with this. I like all the cards in our hand right now. Transmog this. Have a 1/3. Use it to fix your thresholds. Enjoy. Another Crusader, sure. Okay, those are some good transmogs. Gain 2 life. Play this out so we can Epiphany next turn. Stomp, stomp, roar. 3. As I like to call it, 2 bricks and a Crocosaur. Hero Fall, my Stargazer. Yup. My hero has fallen. It's an interesting choice. Yeah. Sudden regret sinking in about not having looted with Stargazer. When it rains, it pours. Yes, it does. Can I get a Brown Fox Scout? Well, thanks for activating our champion power in 2 turns. They didn't seem to have another proactive play to play last turn. We'll see if they play out the Croc or not, just on just a naked Croc for a 5/6 here. It doesn't seem awful. Yazukan. No troops in their crypts. This is just a 3/5 life drainer for now. This card at the beginning of every one of their turns returns a random troop and all troops with the same name as that troop from their crypt to play. But they don't have any troops in their crypt, so I can just wait a second to deal with this. Pride's Fall, sweet. I think I need to transmog the Yazukan because I want to save the Pride's Fall for the Crocosaur. Please attack me with your Howling Brave. Please attack me with your Howling Brave. Haha! I don't like Indigo Dreamwalker. It's a pretty high variance card. Like when your deck has things that cost, that cost 1 in it and cost, infinite in it. I probably should have done this before blocks. It probably doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Downgraded it to a 2/4. Take 3 here. Next turn I get to do this. Sure, little bunny foo-foo. Hopping through the forest. Scooping up the field mice and bopping them on the head. So we know our opponent's hand is Crocosaur XX. We have Pride's Fall to deal with old Crocky. This Oracle Song is going to find us some gas here. Reese would be nice. Alright, change course and verdict. Not the worst. I'm going to hold this guy back to block this. I think it's worth saving that point of damage. So we'll take 3 here. Stomp, roar. Yep, that's fine. Go ahead and grab Reese here. I'm going to Pride's Fall this. We are going to need to draw another Pride's Fall or draw another Pride's Fall or Counter Magic before this Reese on Tunnels in 4 turns. So we got a lot of looks for that. So hopefully that works out. We're through 1 Counter Magic and 1 Pride's Fall. So there's 3 Counter Magics and a Pride's Fall left in 36 cards. We got 4 draw steps. Take another crack for 3 here. He is going to get to champion power soon, though. We're drowning over here. I'm drowning over here. So we're going to take 3. We'll go to 11. This will go to 2. We'll go to 8. This will go to 3. We'll go to 5. This will come out. Okay. And then Croc is very good against Reese, so hopefully they don't have another one of those. Maybe we'll get lucky and this will actually brick on them. I have a verdict to protect Reese from Hero Fall at the very least. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish. This one's probably a good hit, so like half bricks right now. Cottontail Explorer, we'll take that as a brick. What gems are in the Runier? Speed and Accelerant? Alright, well, please don't have another Croc in your hand. I guess they could have possibly have multiple Hero Falls in their hand too, though. Maybe an Extinction. Hopefully it's just like shards and 1 Hero Fall. Alright, block that. Take 4, go to 7. Alright, no additional pressure is good for us. Going to 4 here, and then next turn we get a Reese, and hopefully they don't have multiple Hero Falls or Crocosaur. Or maybe we'll draw a piece of counter magic. You could have another Paw of Yazukan as well. Alright, doesn't have a rabbit. Please be your only one. Please be your only one. Please be your only one. Okay, well, hopefully no Crocosaur either. Big, scary robot, please. Big, scary robot, please. Big, scary robot, please. Big, scary robot, please. Yeah, big, scary robot! Oh, so at the end of every turn, Reese makes a random robot out of all of the robots that exist in Hex, and he made this one. Let's see if he's got an extinction. Ask for big scary robot, receive one of the biggest, scariest robots. Thank you, RNGesus. I take back everything I've said poorly about you the last few days. Oh, my big scary robot went extinct. Don't have a follow-up. Ah, God bless it. RNGesus, I take back my take back. So give me a shard, I'm sure. Well, we tried. Let the record reflect. The record reflect we tried. Bring in some extra removal. I guess Brown Fox Scout isn't particularly great in this matchup. Trim a couple of him. We really don't. Brown Fox Scout isn't good enough in this matchup that we want to actually draw them. We don't mind playing them for free off the top of our deck, but like actually drawing them, they're not really worth a card. Sounds fine. Never mulliganing, turn to Tunnel Reese. Sounds a little bit awkward if they have the Hero Fall for the first Reese, since the only other Reese in our hand is in our deck. Hopefully we draw a piece of counter magic before then. Grab a diamond. Tunnel this lovely dwarf man. Attack for 1. Rawr. Yeah, Charge Colossus would have been a great hit there. For someone asking what would have been a good hit, potentially. Stargazer is actually phenomenal, because it lets us loot away this second Reese, so it doesn't get Hero Fallen. Vampire Princess. Huh. Alright. Transmog you. Draw some cards. Dingler's pretty good. Dingler's the type of card that just goes way over the top of anything the Kaigaluchi deck is able to put together. Skip. Probably looting away this Reese, like I said, because this one is likely to get Hero Fallen. Do I want to trade these for this? I think I do. Yeah, I do. This drew a card to replace itself, so this is kind of a 1-for-1. And this is going to get to loop before it dies, so that's probably fine. I'm still going to bin the Reese here. We want to make our resource drops for our champion power in the Mass Poly Dingler. Would have liked to draw a piece of counter magic there. We could protect the Reese, but alas. Reese is kind of medium here anyways. They've got Extinctions and Crocosaurs. Okay. That means the Reese isn't dying right off the bat at least. Not going to burn the Pride's Fall on... Well, I guess, huh. This lets me get aggressive. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Because the Reese is going to have speed when he comes in, so this puts him to 18, and the Reese is going to put them to 14. They have the discard there, too, so that's probably fine for us. It's worse if we get Extinction, but like I said, we applied a little bit of pressure to their life total, which is not irrelevant. End of our turn, Reese draws up a random robot. Like that Charge Colossus. Okay. It's good bit of RNG. So 8/8 gives us 8 charges, so drew us 2 cards. We can get Extinction in peace. He's gonna attack with this because it's a free attack. And then Extinction us? Yeah, so that's fine. Reese is gonna die, but he drew 2 cards at least. I mean, he only had 1 wild threshold when he discarded the clock. It is worse, Tom, because if he's going to Extinction us, we would get to keep the Pride's Fall and the Crusader would be gone anyways. So it is worse if they... It is worse if they Extinction us because we're down to Pride's Fall. You can only use your champion power once per turn, so even though we have some extra charges left over here, we can't activate it again yet. Play Stargazer out and pass the turn here. Yep. Oh, but he would get to keep the Croc. Okay, that's fair. I traded the Pride's Fall for a card out of their hand. Never not taking the Psychic Ascension in this matchup. I'm just going to go ahead and burn this Dingler here. I don't have anything else to do with my resources. I suppose I could do this and then take a hit. Yeah, if he Inquisitions, he probably wants to take my Ascension anyways. And if I can Ascension before I Dingler, that would be sweet. Okay, yeah, this is better, I think. Oh, look at that. Should have done that last turn. Huh. I guess I'm going to play this and then this. And this will be an 8-drop then. This will be less than that because I'll play Change Course too. Okay then. Or I'll wait to play the Change Course. I think I'm fine with that. Yeah, I can Dingler next turn. Means I can't Psychic Ascension right away, but I think that's fine. I suppose I could Psychic Ascension right away. Nah, it seems loose. Don't show me Inquisition. Hero Fall and a bunch of Gemborn Prowlers. Why are there Gemborn Prowlers in your deck? What socketed card? You think I'm on Crusader deck? Hey, Jake. Jacob Jeffrey. I gotta imagine Sealed's firing a lot less now that we have draft gauntlets. Would not be surprised to see a concession to this. Yep. Yeah, like, they have to just be assuming I'm on Darkheart, right? Because I'm a control deck, which I guess is not completely unfair. This hand's a little medium, but hard to pass up a turn 2 Tunnel Race. Not a huge fan of Brown Fox Scout in the opener, but turn 2 Tunnel Race I think makes up for that. There's 2 Reeses in the deck, and they are just glued to each other, apparently. Alright, another rabbit brick. Okay, Stargazer's a good pickup there for the same reason it was good before. We can loot away this second Reese, ideally. Let's get this bad boy tunneled. Let's see if they've got a Speed Ruinier here or not. Vampire Princess. Still annoying. Play this out. Grab Diamond. Now the question becomes, do I want to play Stargazer and attempt to Brown Fox out ambush this? That leaves this Arcane Focus stranded in my hand, so I think I'm going to lead on this and see maybe I find a removal spell for that. Alright, another Thunderfields here. This is good because now it means I won't have any actions in my hand here. Unless Vampire Princess hits me next turn. That's unfortunate. That makes me wish I would have left the Brown Fox Scout up and risked the Princess hit. Grab another one of these. Play this out past the turn. Yeah. Anytime they get to ramp twice. Oh, I should have attacked with this. Get to make another one of these. They have another rune here. Vampire Princess, sure. Attack with both of these. Brown Fox Scout plus Thunderfield Seer are going to trade for this Rainier Hierophant nicely. Hopefully this Lightning Sky Hunter is going to be able to stabilize the air here. Inquisitor, sure. Okay. Well. Getting attacked for a bunch here. Alright, don't play a speed Rainier. Okay. I like to draw my transmog, whatever my next action is. Hopefully, what we want to avoid is our prophesized action being like the Psychic Ascension or something like that that's just like infinite resources where we're not going to be able to play it out. So we either want to draw our non-prophesized action that we can cast or a non-slow shard. I think I'm supposed to pass the turn here. Yeah, I'm just going to skip attacking with that. Let's loot. Well then, yeah, I guess I'll play another one of these out. Mecha Flick Chimp, sure. So, doesn't have a Hero Fall, or has a Hero Fall and didn't have their stop set right? Has a Croc, perhaps? These at least allow me to buffer off the Vampire Princess damage. Hey, Nero. Rotten. You have any outs? Casual Rotten Rancor 3 for 1 U. Oh, that's castable at least. Alright, well, there's a world where my opponent is savagely unlucky that we win this game. Alright. This deck, we didn't expect this deck to be very good, but, you know, we gave it the old college try. I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the afternoon. Had enough variance for the day.